Welcome to the history, welcome to the culture, welcome to community that dreams and achieve, living in change, for better tomorrow. Welcome to the Eunice Malath Show.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are you today? Well, welcome to the Eunice Malath Show. I'm your host, Eunice Malath. To start off the program, we're going to go ahead and highlight a lady by the name of Gire Junsuk. She lives in Canada. Now, the thing I like about Gire Junsuk is that she's not only beautiful, but she's highly intelligent and very articulate. And you're going to go ahead and witness it on this section of the spotlight. So here is Gire Junsuk.
Hi, my name is Gire Josephine Jonathan, but I also go by Gire Junsuk because that's my national, I guess, I don't know, that's the way that I identify. I think it's important to embrace our names. So in regards to my educational background, when I came to Canada, I was about 7. So I was in the Toronto District School Board system. And then after that, I went on to, so after coming here and having to immerse myself in the Canadian culture and having to go through ESL in order to pick up or to be able to excel in my studies, I then went on to middle school, went on to high school, but the difference was that I now went to a high school that was a Catholic school, and so that helped to affirm my Christian faith. And that it was also, it was a different experience. It was also an all-girls school, and I found the value of being around strong, educated women, and that's something that has also, in many ways, shaped the way that I view myself and the way that I carry myself. After 4 years of being at this Catholic high school, I then went on to pursue a bachelor's degree at York University. So I'm currently studying 2 majors, one being sociology and my second being human rights and equity studies. It's been an interesting experience because I feel that sociology, it has its benefits. There are things that I can definitely agree with in regards to the functions, norms, and customs of society, as well as other aspects. But I think that it also lacks that Afrocentric perspective. It was only a few years ago that I started to be introduced to African sociologists, who I rarely, if ever, see within my textbooks. It's even rarely mentioned in class, and so that's something that I would say is lacking within that program, but also lacking within the education system in general. I don't think it caters to the cultural values that are central to African cultures, but I think that's also something that our families and our community needs to help instill in us so that we can now take this education and now impart it into, I guess, we can now take that and try to at least recreate a model that will be consistent with our values or consistent with different ways of carrying ourselves. Yeah, and that's my education experience at the moment. It's to be continued. I'm here for the Cuckoo Community Conference in Kansas City. It's May 24th at the moment, and I am the youth liaison for the Cuckoo community of North America. I'm very happy that this conference is taking place because it's not very often that people are provided this opportunity to fly down, drive, and gather to discuss the issues that are affecting our communities, as well as to share the achievements and to work towards what it is that we feel is lacking in our communities, and to also ensure that the positive things that are happening continue to happen. It's also a privilege to be here as well, because it's not, we have to acknowledge that, you know, not everyone has the resources or the time to be able to come down and commit to this. But if you can, I would recommend that you do so. I had a very interesting, I guess, experience in terms of where I've been in the world. I was born in Kajukeji, and they were shelling my village, so that that led to us having to flee and stay in Uganda, which happened for a few years. We were in the process of coming to America, but we had realized that the process would take so much longer, and so the better plan was to go to Kenya. And so after 6 years of being in Uganda, we stayed in Kenya at the refugee camp for about 2 years, and then we were applying to come to America. But what had happened was, I believe this was in 1998, the U.S. Embassy in Nairobi was bombed, which led to us having to now apply to Canada. And when we came to Canada, we didn't really have, it was interesting because the expectations that we've had were not necessarily true, in the sense that, you know, we thought it would be very cold, but we came at such a good time. We came in May, and my parents are also very hardworking, so they were able to find a way to, I guess, adjust. And although that's not easy, regardless of whether you have resources or not, it wasn't, from what I recall, it wasn't such a, I guess, a bad experience. It did have its challenges, but it wasn't a bad experience. So I basically grew up in Canada. I was here at about the age of 7, and that has influenced the way that I in some ways approach or view what it means to be a Kuku, and what it means to be South Sudanese, what it means to be a minority in a place such as Canada. In regards to education, which is such a big aspect of our cultures, I would say that education systems here they have their benefits and they have their disadvantages. And one of the disadvantages that I've experienced is that it does not accommodate other cultures linguistically, and so having to learn English and having to focus on that in order to do well or to excel in this education system can have a strong impact. And if you don't have that strong community around you that's constantly speaking your language, you can easily lose touch of that, and it becomes a challenge when you think in English. And so for me, my challenge right now is trying to get back to all these languages that I picked up when I was in Uganda, when I was in Kenya, and also my also Kuku as well, or also known as Bari, and so that's something that I'm looking toward. But it's an exciting experience. I just wanted to take the time to say that we definitely need to have more of these. I don't want to say events, because events, they have an expiry date. I think this is something that shouldn't expire, but I think that we need to take more time to have initiatives such as these, because these are the initiatives that help to affirm the importance of being cultured, of being connected, and of being able to express yourself in the way that you see fit without having to compromise too much. And it's in these spaces that you get to interact, and you get to encounter elders who have a lot of wisdom that they can pass down to you, and you're also able to see the perspective that's not often given to you, the perspective of the elders. And that's something that I definitely got from here. I think that as a South Sudanese, I think we've been through a lot as a South Sudanese. I think a lot of us have been through a lot in regards to the war, in regards to, you know, having to flee to these neighboring countries, having to come to foreign places like Canada or United States and having to reestablish yourself, go back to school. But I think given the circumstances that we have been in, I think that we've been doing very well, given the fact that a lot of us have been going back home. And I think that there's just, if we continue to do that, I think we can hopefully build the next generation that's needed in order to transcend these issues that we are facing at the moment.
Yes, well, welcome to the Love, Jazz, and Art Center. We are absolutely jazzed about you being here. Give yourself a round of applause. Now, we all know the traditional way of clapping in terms of a round of applause, right? But here at the Love Jazz Center, we like to see the jazz hand. So I want, on the count of three, I want to see everybody give me a nice big jazz hand. Folks, say 1, 2, 3. Okay, now everybody know what it is. Okay, so I want all those hands up in the air. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Jazz. Now we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. Now we're gonna put. I want you to say jazz. And when we say jazz, we don't just say jazz. Jazz. I want some air, so I want you to breathe. Jazz, and let a lot of air flow out. Okay. We got it? So we got the hand motion, and we're going to do the breathing, and we're going to let it flow. Okay, everybody make sure sit up, tall. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Parents, come on, get ready, parents. All right. Show your kids the way, show them the way. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. Well, hey, let's go ahead and get started. My name is Tim Clark. I'm the Executive Director of the Love, Jazz, and Art Center. And here at the center, you'll see on the walls, and we have 2 floors. It's an art gallery, and our mission is to preserve, promote, and present African-American art and jazz. You'll see on the walls there pictures of the late Preston Love. Preston Love, he was a world-renowned alto saxophone player that was born here in Omaha and spent a lot of time in Nebraska making a name for herself, but also around the world. And you can see on the walls there, anybody ever heard of Ray Charles? Okay. What about Aretha Franklin? Okay. You can see the very skinny and healthy Aretha Franklin on the wall there. I'm being nice. Let's be nice. I mean, healthy. She's healthy in that picture. And then up here, you see a picture of a unbelievable big band, jazz big band leader, Count Basie. This picture was with Count Basie, and Count Basie. This was in Omaha, downtown Omaha, at the Paxton. At that time, it was a Paxton Hotel, and so he was here. So really, Preston was the real deal. He played with the likes of not only Aretha Franklin, but Smokey Robinson. You've heard of Smokey Robinson? I know some of the parents know about little Smokey. He's played with so many great musicians, and so part of what we do is try to keep his legacy alive and tell the story of North 24th Street. Back in the day, they used to call it. Anybody know what they used to call it back in the day? Oh, we got some history, folks. The Deuce 4. The Deuce 4. And so we're gonna try to bring back that energy. You had not only nightclubs, you had businesses and arts, culture, and sharing. African Americans, we have a rich heritage, especially in terms of arts. And we're going to really try right here at the Deuce 4, bring that back to life. And we can only do that with you and being a partner with us. So I really want to thank, I know Mr. Collins is in the back there. Tony Collins, nothing but net. There's nothing but net in the house. Make some noise in the house. Thank you very much for being here. We have a great program for you, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I want to let you know, adults, if you can help us in terms of as we navigate through the building. We have restrooms. Mr. Doug Washington back there. Doug is he's our facilities manager. Doug, wave your hand. Say hi to people.
Say hi, Doug.
Say hi, Doug. Everybody say hi, Doug. Yeah. All right. So restrooms up front, and if you need restrooms or if you need any assistance, either Doug, myself, and all these folks here is going to be helping us today get through you being here for about an hour and a half. As you know, a lot of the art that's on the walls is important that we you know, the way we found it, we keep it that way. So please do not touch any of the artwork that's on the wall on both floors. And let's have a good time today. This is a celebration. This is about the celebration of the life and legacy of the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So we're going to kick it off. I asked a friend of the center and myself to come and kind of share with you for about 5 minutes in terms of his perspective of the dream and what Dr. Martin Luther King meant to him. He's going to share that, and then we're going to break up into groups. And then what we do, I'm going to introduce you to Kevin Williams. He's leading us today, so he's going to give us some instructions on how we're going to get through this today. Yeah, that's okay.
I take applause.
It's about love today, you guys. Everybody gonna get some love. Everybody get love today, and so he'll help us navigate. So with that, I want to go ahead and introduce Ase LaBear and let him come in his own way and share just a few words for about 5 minutes, okay? And let's give him our ears, our eyes, okay, and our heart, okay?
All right, all right.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Ase LaBear. I am the lead vocalist for Our Style. I don't know if you all have heard Our Style band before. It's one of the premier bands here in the Omaha metro area. We also have Jamie Robinson, that's a part of the Our Style team as well. Give it up for Jamie Robinson, lead singer as well. Dr. Martin Luther King and what he means to me and my family. The one word that comes to mind is courage. And courage to not be afraid to stand up for what you believe in. Before I was even thought of, and many of you in the audience, before you were thought of, how he set that example to say it doesn't matter what color, what color our skin is, whether we're black, white, young or old, that we all are one. And I want to talk to all of the young people. I'm 39 years old, born in 1974. And I came up after the Civil Rights Movement, but it was Martin Luther King and Harriet Tubman and Rosa Parks that made us know that, you know what, we can do it too. And all of the sacrifices that were made, there wouldn't be any iPhones, there wouldn't be a black president of the United States had it not been for Dr. Martin Luther King.
Say that.
And each and every last one of you each and every last child, from the youngest to the oldest, you could be whatever you want to be. You put your mind to it. You're going to have people, you know, some of your peers, you know, maybe some either old, you know, older people telling you that what you can and cannot do. But I am living proof that you can. Just like Tim Clark and his staff and the musicians here. The thing, I moved to Omaha in 2008. My stepdad is from Omaha, Nebraska. He served in the Air Force. He also served 30 years at the Pentagon as a police officer. He actually was there when 9/11 took place. And I had the opportunity of going there, and it was one of the most humbling experiences of my life. They have a plaque with all of the ones who passed away. And that I'm saying all that to say that every parent or kids, make sure you obey your parents. You know, I know it seems like, oh, mom, dad, it's like a rerun. You're just saying it over and over. But they want better for your life than what they had. So just remember that those shoes, those Jordans, iPhones, and what have you, without them, you wouldn't have any of that. And you gotta look, you have to also understand too that there are young people that don't have food to eat. They don't have a roof over their head. They're homeless. So sometimes just take a minute and don't think about what you don't have. Be thankful for what you do have, and know that the sacrifices that your parents or anybody that's in your life, the teachers, are the ones who worked hard so you can be where you are, and so you can be better than them and better than all of us, because you all are our future, each and every last one of you. So in closing, just think about today. You know, go on YouTube, because I know probably the littlest one can know how to work the iPhone better than I can. And just reflect. Ask your parents about Dr. Martin Luther King. Because those are the true examples, not the examples of, you know, some of your older brothers or sisters. All this killing that's going on, that's not it. Because what keeps me going is each and every last one of you. And that I have a dream speech, you know, hundreds of years later, is still taking place. Because you all are the future. My name is Ase. Thank you very much, everybody.
To the lovers of reggae music, let me see you raise your hands up. What? I know you love reggae as much as I love reggae. Now, to end off the night, we're going to go ahead and feature Rhythm Collective. They're from Omaha, Nebraska, and they often perform on Thursdays at the Hives. Don't forget to go to the Hives on Thursdays, because you can watch them live. So here are Rhythm Collective.
This is reggae music. Roots rock reggae. This is reggae music. So shake. Play like some music. This is reggae music. That's the song. Play like some music. This is reggae music. Play like the R&B. One time my people to see. We're bubbling in the top 100, just like a mighty trader. We're the R&B. One time my people to see. We're bubbling on the top 100, just like a mighty trader. Feel like them say, that's 'cause you are free.
Unfortunately, we've come to the end of our program, but we really appreciate you tuning in faithfully on this channel at this time to watch the Eunice Malath Show. We look forward to seeing you next week, and please, would love to hear from you. Send us a message. We'd love to hear your feedback, and also would love also to hear what you'd like to see on this show. So don't forget to email us at theeunicemalathshow@yahoo.com, and also like our Facebook page. All right. Thank you very much. See you next week. Bye.
If you believe, you can achieve.